You saw GameStop, you saw AMC, you saw all these stocks just move without you. And now you're thinking, all these people are trading, I want to trade, I want to make money. But before you do that, don't just jump in and start investing or trading like a complete beginner. Take these steps first. First off, 2020 and 2021 were black swan years. And you make that very clear. They were completely just out of this world. We haven't seen a market like that in a long time. And in fact, 2022, we're kind of getting back to a normal market, but everything is dying. And so I don't want you to just go in at the market with blinders on, thinking everything's gonna be, sunshine and roses and make a ton of money. Because the reality is with trading, it isn't that way at first. It takes a long time to get there, but once you get there, it can be really nice. The first thing you're probably thinking already that you've done on your own is research, right? You're researching how to do this. You're looking at YouTube videos like this, which is really good, but you're also getting fed. You probably saw it in one of these random YouTube ads of people pushing a service. Join my chat room, join this. We're gonna teach you how to make money every single day, every Monday through Friday, 100% gains. Like, you're gonna see this all the time. Pump the brakes first, because you probably feel something in your gut that's like, I don't know if that's worth it. I'm not saying it's not worth it or it is. What I'm saying right now is listen to your gut for a little bit. The first thing you want to do is start to do your research and go more in depth. What you want to do is look at YouTube Live. There's a lot of YouTube Live people who are trading live and they're explaining what they're doing. They're talking about it. Some of them, they don't really explain. Some of them do. There's a gentleman named Qualmagi on Twitch. He actually trades live on Twitch quite often. Now he's a swing trader, but his mindset is still the mindset you want to build as a trader. Our channel, Be The Trader, we try to do as much as we can to provide great content so you can understand how you need to think. Because I believe what's important is building a good foundation of your mindset. Now, there's a lot of argument like, no, all you need is a good pattern. If you have a good pattern, you can be successful, but that's complete bullshit. And the reason why it's bull is because I had a great pattern. I knew what to trade. I knew how to trade. And comment below if you're in that situation where you're like, I know what to trade. I know how to trade. I know the pattern. I see it all the time, but you can't make money. It's because it's up here. So you want to build a good foundation in your mindset and change how you think about trading and how you view money. And we do that on our show every Monday and Wednesday when we interview successful traders. We focus on the mindset, the game behind the game. So that's important for you to start. It's free. So definitely do that. And there's other channels out there too who do the same thing that you can get a lot of value from. So make sure to check them out. I actually share a couple of channels below. There's Humble Trader, there's SMB Capital, there's Investors Underground. Now, some of these people, they do offer services, sure, but I'm not saying go buy services right away. I'm saying look at the free content. There's so much good value out there, and there's a lot of shit value out there. So understand that. I know you're probably like, yeah, all I find is people who just push stuff down my throat. I get it. Take your time. At least take about 3 months to really study trading on your own through those free resources, because you might find out it's not for you. And I'd rather you find out that way instead of wasting and losing money every single day. Because if you just buy a service, and you're probably in this boat right now thinking, yeah, I already bought a chat room service, you're not making money and you're probably losing. And you're probably just continuing to lose. And you're probably scratching your head like, why is this guy making money and why am I not? So if you're new at trading, here's something about chat room services. Not everyone's like this, but this is obvious, okay? But it's not obvious if you're new at trading. You have no clue how this works. I've been trading for about 5 years and I understand it is so clear to me now how it works. And at the beginning of my career, I bought services, okay? I went into chat rooms and I didn't get this. I was a sheep. I was just following everyone, right? And I was just losing like everyone else. Here's the thing. If you're in a chat room and let's say there's 1,000 people in that chat room or 500, it doesn't even matter. And everyone has, let's say a small account of 5 grand. If everyone has 5 grand and there's 1,000 people, that's a lot of money and buying power to buy a small stock. And if these chat rooms are buying a stock that's like $1 stock and it has a low float, you don't know what a low float means yet, but I'm just gonna tell you right now, a low float just means it's the amount of shares that are available to be exchanged in that particular ticker. So if there's only 1 million shares available and it's $1 stock, that means someone with $1 million can completely move that stock. Think about if there's 1,000 people at $5,000 or even $1,000, they can just completely move that stock. And the guy who alerts it, he's already in. he's alerting it and everyone just jumps in it, who's winning? The first in, first out, FIFO. You learn that in investing or finance at some point in college, maybe, or in school. That's the winner, not the person who's in after the first one. Those are the losers, because you're wondering, when do I get out? And by the time you get out, because of all that fake buying, it tanks and you lose. Trust me, I've been there. So be careful. I need you to be aware of that. So if you're in a chat room service, I'm not saying they're not valuable. Some of them are, but look at the trading that they're doing and don't do it. Just learn from it and recap it yourself. Review it after the day's end and look at their trades. Why did they trade this? What were they thinking? What were they doing? Why did they actually get out now? And if you can't answer those questions, ask them. And if they're not willing to help you, then probably get out, right? Because why are you even there? Just to help them make money? There's some out there who provide great value, and there's some out there who kind of do and kind of don't. And then there's some who just can't teach, but they can trade. And then there's some who don't give two craps about anything, and they just want to make money. So just be aware of that. Now, talking about your foundation, as I mentioned, you want to look at all these free resources for at least a couple of months, right? Don't rush this. But while you're doing that, you want to pick up a couple of books too. And you're probably like, I hate reading. I do too. But if you want to make money and be successful, you got to start building your knowledge up, right? You got to start learning, not just learning from regurgitating what I'm saying. You want to learn from reading and getting your own knowledge so you can come up with your own theories. So there's a couple of books. I'm going to send the links below in the description, but some of them is Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, Technical Analysis on Multiple Time Frames by Brian Shannon, Anna Cooling's book of Volume Price Analysis. These are books that are great foundation. Market Wizards by Jack Schwager, really good book because it shows you different perspectives of different types of personalities, of different trading styles. Check that out. Or Momo Trading is also a really good book because it does the same thing but more focused on day trading, whereas Jack Schwager's Market Wizards is like swing, day trading, options, like all types. Now, while you're building your foundation, I want you to pick 2 to 5 stocks, okay? This is not to become a great day trader. This is not to become a great swing trader. This is to start to build a foundation of what stocks look like, how they move, how to read them, how to analyze them, and how to put into practice what you're learning from the foundation. On these 2 to 5 stocks, it could be anything you want. I don't care what it is. It could be a stock that you really like Disney or Apple. It can be some random penny stock. It doesn't matter, but you want to pick at least 2 to 5 of them and you want to look at them every single day. And here's the thing, make sure they have some type of volume. I'm going to give you that tip, at least $1 million a day minimum, preferably more, but bare minimum $1 million a day. Because if it doesn't have $1 million a day, you're probably going to be bored. So make sure it has that. What you're gonna do is you're gonna look at these stocks every single day, take snapshots of them every single day, and you're gonna start to learn how they move when news comes out, when earnings comes out, when it hits key levels. What's a key level? You'll learn about that. Support and resistance. You'll learn about that in those books. You wanna buy the physical copy of Brian Shannon's book, Multiple Time Frames, Technical Analysis, because you want to see the pictures of how to draw these lines. Super important. With that being said, as you're studying these stocks, you'll start to understand how they act, understand what happens, understand about volatility, understand how volume impacts a move and how it can help you confirm a move if it's going to be valid for a longer term. Now, after you've analyzed these stocks for a couple of months, because you're doing this while you're reading, while you're being the foundation, so you're not placing any trades right now. In fact, all you need is about 20 minutes a day just to look at the stocks. You don't need much more than that. Once you've done that and you built a foundation, you kind of get a feel, because you're learning Spanish here. Hola. You're learning French. You don't just go into France and just start speaking the language right away. It takes a long time. So take your time with this language of understand the markets. Once you build that foundation, right around month 3, 4, or 5, everyone's different. But once you feel confident or comfortable with looking at these stocks and not be wondering like, what is level 2? What's time and sells? Where's the volume at? How do I draw a line? If you're not asking those questions, then that's a good foundation, right? You kind of have a feel of how to use it, how to look at stocks, and how to analyze them, at least at some fundamental level. At that point, I want you to open up your paper trading account. You can open up a free one with TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, and paper trade. How you're gonna paper trade is your style. You're gonna determine what you wanna trade. Okay, do you want to trade breakouts? Do you want to trade breakdowns? Do you want to trade trend trades? Do you want to trade trend reversals? These are very simple setups that you don't have to pay anyone to teach you. You can just Google it and they're patterns. But the hard part is actually executing on those patterns, which you're gonna learn over time because you're gonna be paper trading and you're gonna understand every time I buy a breakout, I always get shaken out. How do I fix this? That question is gonna lead you to consistency. So don't forget, when you ask yourself that question, start to answer that question yourself. Every time I buy a breakout, which you don't know what that is yet, but a breakout, Let's say a stock has never broke above $100, ever. In 52 weeks, it's never even broke it. It's always hit it and came down. The moment it breaks out, it's a breakout. It goes to a $100.01, and that's now a breakout. That's a pattern. If it breaks out, people can buy that, but what if it always just dips down to 99 and then you get out and then it rips to 150? You want to ask yourself those questions. Why? How can I be in this trade? And over time, you'll be able to build up rules for yourself on how to stay in a trade and manage your risk and give certain stocks range versus no range. I know this is going really in depth into more advanced, and you can learn a lot about that by clicking on one of my playlists where it's all about beginners, where I show certain patterns. I show how to do that. So make sure to check that out. And at the very end, I want you all to know, please take your time. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. If you sprint, you're gonna go really fast into a wall and blow up your bank account. Good luck.